Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing, and if you do, hit that notification bell. You'll get all the updates. Really excited for today's video. It's actually a double unboxing video, and it has a big first. And no, I have done double unboxings before. That's not the big first. The big first is that it's the first time I've ever gotten beer from a former student. Don't worry, he is legal. But yeah, he got at me. He's like, I was looking at your reviews, and I don't see any from Farmhouse in Owego, New York. And I'm like, you know what? I did a podcast with Matt for Massive Beer Reviews, and I'll link to that podcast in the description box below. And other than doing that podcast, he's right. I haven't done anything beer related, at least publicly, with the Farmhouse. I have been going there since they were in their smaller location. They're actually now up to 2 locations. They have a tap house still in Owego, New York. Then they have one in Victor, New York, which is near Rochester. I've not been to the Victor one, but I have been to the new one. It's one my family used to go to a lot when I lived in that area. And yeah, just great brewery, great owner, Marty. He's fantastic. So my former student, Chez, is like, yeah, you know what? Let me send you a couple beers. And I think he knew which ones he wanted to send because he's like, just give me a little bit. And then he knew the date he was going to send them, like, I don't know, maybe a month before. So a little note, Chez wanted us to send you these to sample. Okay. I don't want to read this part out loud. Okay, because it tells you what the beer's, a little bit about the beer. I'll wait till I actually look at them. So, yeah, this one is the one I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive. Wait, no, sorry, this is not the one I'm talking about. So, this one I am almost positive I've never had. It's a Belgian style quad. It's called 1,000 Pound So. I love quads, and I'm pretty sure I have not had this one. That's nuts. Does it have the ABV or anything? To look that up. We're a farm brewery in Tioga County, New York, brewing farm fresh ales from as many local ingredients as possible. Our focus is artisanally produced small batch beers, ciders, and old fashioned sodas. I forgot about that. When I started dating my wife, she had the 2 daughters, and I would get, I totally forgot I ever did this. I would get growlers of their soda from Farmhouse, and I would bring them for them. And they had a really good vanilla, I think it was vanilla creamsicle. I remember it had like the little specks because they used real vanilla in it. Yeah, I totally forgot they did sodas. That's so rad. But yeah, love Belgian style quads. So I just want to, the last time I did an unboxing, I forgot to check. All right, so I'm thinking, yeah, okay. This is the one I'm pretty sure I've had before. So I remember the color, and I'm a big fan of one of the ingredients in this beer. Don't miss a beet Saison. And you know what? I haven't reviewed or had a Saison in a long time. So yeah, if you couldn't tell from the spelling of the word beet, this is brewed with local beets to them. A beet Saison incorporating locally grown beets, like I just said. Does this have ABV? Yeah, it looks like he doesn't put the ABVs on these. Also, another cool thing about Farmhouse Brewery is that I think he was the first one to malt in New York. I don't think ever, but I think since Prohibition, which was really rad. So he was malting, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna open a brewery. Apparently, I should put these a little higher. Very cool. I mean, I love quads. All right. Now the other box is from Chris. Oh, and yeah, I might have to get some like goat cheese or something to pair with this beer. I love beets. All right. This one's from my friend Chris. I've done a bunch of unboxing videos from him, and randomly, he and I, before COVID, I was trying to hook up with him to meet at Beer Tree in Port Crane, New York, also in the Binghamton area, like Farmhouse, and have a couple beers in person. That's not happening now because sometimes he visits that area, and yeah, someday we'll get together and have a beer. Beer from Hightower. Hopewell Nation, 8%, and then it says it looks like it's a double or no Imperial IPA. That's what the I saw the I don't know if that'll come up or not. The I maybe we'll kind of see it. It's like two I's PA, and I was like thinking like Roman numerals 2. I'm like, oh, a double IPA, but they mean I like Imperial IPA. Big difference between Imperial IPAs and double IPAs. Wow, jeez, Chris. Chris sent me a lot of beer. I just realized I wasn't even paying attention to the weight of the box, but now that I'm looking at it, yeah. Jeez. Should have brought up. Well, I have some scissors, whatever. I think it's fun for people to watch me struggle with these. Another Hightower beer, dry Irish stout, 5% ABV. 2 people shorten the road. It's cool can art. I like Hightower's can art. I think they're doing a really good job. And yeah, last time I had a 5% dry Irish stout. You know, it is a style I like. You know, and I haven't had one in a while. I've been lame that way, I guess. Oh man, very cool, Chris. I'm gonna make a mess. Between you and I, a Czech Pilsner, 4.5% ABV, and this is a collaboration with 4 Points and Green Bench, and they did this as one of the official beers of Fresh Fest. Which is very cool. That is the first black run Brewfest, and then this year because of COVID they had to do it online, and they had a bunch of collaborations, and then you could order them and drink along during the fest. Unity. 4 Points Brewing, again, 8.5% ABV, Double India Pale Ale, and again, like, I just commented on the Hightower ones. These guys, I don't know the word for it. I appreciate art, but I don't know enough about it to really comment. It's not, I wouldn't use the word simplistic, but it's just they use a very simple design, I feel like, but then they're aesthetically pleasing. I think they do really good can art. Chris, man, you said so much. Oh, brother. Hurricane. I don't know what the other word is. Oh, this is that fruited sour. Yeah, I forgot about this. He's like, yeah, there's a fruited beer, so like if you can, try to get it out of the sun as soon as possible when it's delivered. So it's a fruited sour, 4 Points, barbecue and brewing, and I'm sorry, they're out of Pennsylvania. I should have said that. Fruited sour ale, 5.2% ABV, and drink fresh, keep cold. I don't know. I guess I should just show it. So obviously I see the word hurricane. Is it like BIOT and then it's 9? Or is that second letter an L and like it's like the top of the T, blot 9? Hurricane blot 9? Hurricane blotix? Biotics? How long? I should just keep going and just see how many. Look at my analytics and just see my people at this point in the video just stop watching as I try to figure out how you pronounce that, or keep watching me make a fool of myself on the internet. I could see both of those scenarios playing out. .400 IPA, and it's funny. I opened it to this, and I'm like, I bet this is another 4 Points. So you can tell. The way they do these labels are just, what's that term? Like, there must be a term in the art world for what this is. It's an India Pale Ale, 7% ABV. They don't put the hops or things like that on there, so that would be something I'd have to look up to know. Um, oh, a little guy. Nice. Little guy standing tall with all these tall IPAs and double IPAs, sour beers, beet saisons. You know, the same kind of stuff people drink every day. Coffee stout from Hightower, 10%. I'm glad it's in a little guy then. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah, they don't date. That's awesome. We got table room. Looks like you got 3 more. Oh, yeah, I forgot. He sent me a picture of a certain brewery that people know about. He's like, "Do you have a preference? Which one?" And I'm like, "No, it's all Win, dude." But I'll get to that one in a second. Oh yeah, and here, speaking of breweries people know and are very hyped, and yeah, I forgot about this too. I suck. Like it's like, how do I forget that he mentioned this? So this one I'm going to let sit a little bit. If I'm remembering correctly from what Chris was saying and Sean at NerdSense was saying, the Trillium Max Headroom, no rush. I'll double check though. 9.1% ABV. This was canned about 3 weeks ago almost. So yeah, maybe, well, whatever. I'll figure it out. Lord knows I have enough stuff to drink if I do hold off on it for a little bit. And here's what I was talking about, where he's like, "Which one do you want?" I'm like, "Whatever, brother." Monkish double dry hop, double IPA, going timeless. I haven't reviewed much Monkish on the channel. Oh, this is fresh, man. Oh, okay, because he and I were just having a conversation. This is 2 weeks old. He and I were having a conversation about some of these beers like Max Headroom and Trillium hops in general, and I've said this so many times. Probably getting annoying. You know, you have to drink them so fresh. Anyway, sometimes, like the Trillium ones, for example, you need a little bit of time. And the last one, oh, it's a bottle. Christopher. Kind of remember a picture he sent me, and I think he had a bunch of these in a shopping cart. I think he went to a pretty cool bottle shop. They had some really amazing things. And if I remember correctly, this was something that was in his cart of beers. Jackie O's Bourbon Barrel Aged Dark Apparition. Stout aged in bourbon barrels. And it is 12.8% ABV. Yeah, come on, brother. That's ridiculous. It just wants to be with the other bottles. It's like, hey, guys, I'm here too. I think I feel better about that. And the cool thing about Chris, too, is besides him and I talking, we have a group text with Matt, who used to do glass can bottle beer reviews. And it'd be awesome if he comes back and started doing beer reviews. I don't know if he will watch this or not, but come back and do beer reviews. I mean, how cool is this? You know, like, a former student is like, hey, here's some local, you know, beers from where I used to live. And, you know, stuff, you know, brewery, again, I've enjoyed quite a bit. Has a cool connection to New York's history with brewing, with, you know, being the first malter, and again, I think it's since Prohibition, not just ever. It's got to be since Prohibition. And then, you know, a quad, which I love that style, and then a Belgian saison, you know, great, but then such a cool twist on how they use the beets. Yeah, really cool. And then, you know, Chris doing a bunch of stuff that breweries he likes near him that I've been able to review because of him, let alone throwing in some, you know, super hyped breweries. So yeah, this is really amazing. This I'm, you know, I'm talking, but I think this is where people say they're speechless. Yeah, and it's, yeah, this is pretty This is pretty rad. All right, well, thank you guys obviously for sending these beers. Like, that's so amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate that. Check me out on Instagram and Untapped. No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, find your mouse on the screen so you can turn this thing off. Cheers.